so that's nice.
The one thing I will say, though, is that as somebody who has been alive on that day for my entire life, it rains 99% of the time.
That's true.
So let's see what we got. Yeah, it rains in the forecast. Breezy. Yeah, it rains every day. Putting back Abby to bed, so be back later. Well, thank you so much, Bracken. Say good night to Abby. We'll get maybe even Brian can do that.
See you in a bit.
We'll see you in a bit when you get back to it. You get to having adult time.
Good night.
I did type Abby, but apparently it didn't put that. And then a couple days after that is our wedding anniversary.
Yes.
It's
I asked, do you want to do something special for your birthday? He's like, oh, I don't know. But maybe we can do something special for our wedding anniversary.
Is it weird that the only thing that I thought of was
it rains so much on
cutting the grass for my birthday?
You want to cut the grass for your birthday? That's like your birthday gift to yourself, is cutting the grass.
I'm so old. I'm an old man now.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, we did talk about, I wish we could get to a point in our lives where like our hobbies are our chores. You know, you derive as much pleasure from your chores as you do your hobbies.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's what getting old is.
Yeah.
I only did that because you asked, Mr. Levity. Otherwise, I would probably tell you get wrecked. I do, like, I'm still so weird. I appreciate things from... I've been this way even with my mom when she tries to, like, you know, my fellow pro gamer, disposable. Or how about, do you have another nickname you'd prefer? I know your real name is Edward Clyde Donovan III. So, but Mr. Levity, did you have a link to your favorite roller coaster? We found really nothing too crazy. The best mouth harp stuff I've ever seen in my life. Disposable Gamer is going to absolutely love it. I guarantee it.
I put some, we bought some strawberries when we went grocery shopping today because they were like on sale. But there was like a few that were moldy in there, so I took them out and like cut them up and put them on the lawn for the birds. So I keep looking outside to hopefully see some birds eating strawberries.
Thank you, Mr. Levity.
Holy shit, how are we at 88% of our goal?
I don't appreciate Mr. Levity.
Mr. Levity?
I mean, I appreciate it, but like that percentage is too high.
Holy shit.
I didn't even know what to put that at. Happy birthday, Evan. Hope you helps us.
Thank you.
Well, a nice time somewhere. We'll go for supper. How about that?
Okay.
Or lunch.
Okay.
Whatever's open.
We can get some ice creams.
Yeah,
go for cruise.
Thank you, Mr. Levity.
I really like to get Tiger ice cream. It's one of my favorite ice creams.
She does indeed love it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a Canadian thing, though. I'm slowly learning.
Yeah, Tiger's Canadian. Yeah. Yes, please, but I want photos of the food.
Orange and black licorice ice cream, in case anybody is curious.
There was something that I was going to do with the Kofi, but it just left my mind. I was going to talk about it, but I'll think about it. But
and
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Levity.
The only thing I can think of for that is to possibly, and please, very lucky to have. Please don't say no, Mr. Levity. Okay. I appreciate you. I guess if laughter is the best medicine, maybe we can help heal your foot that way. And this is just doctor's fees.
Doctor's fees.
But just for you, we're going to bring in some sick mouth harp.
A quick tour of different jaw harps.
So I found this guy earlier this morning on my Facebook when I was just, scrolling the Facebook as us old people do.
So this is the different types of mouth harps. which is honestly the sounds that come out of these things makes me wonder why we even wasted our time with other instruments.
This one is a Dan Moy Vietnamese jaw harp. This next one is an Indian board chain made in.
Why, hello. If it isn't Jason, we have finally figured out the downvote. We figured out the downvoter.
It was funny because we were looking at our metrics the other day and we're like, somebody downvoted this? So weird. Like, who would have? I was like, was there anything that we said or did that would have been like offensive to somebody that they would have downvoted it? Like, legit, we had this conversation. We were really confused. Because we could see that like all of our other videos were liked at 100%, except for one of them was like 83%. And I was like,
it's okay. We love you. Don't worry. Oh shit. Some people just downvoted everything. Oh, some people just down. Oh no, I'm just joking. I don't know how it works. I'm sure there's something being a new thing where it's like, oh hey, you made new content that people already don't. They're all 100% hearts. I'm sure they're back now. So I don't know if this is working. I tried to I set it up, but I'm not sure if we'll have alerts today. It might take a little more. Brackinator, like this should work.
Oh, you downvoted this stream. Oh, okay.
Oh. Bracken!
So then it was just something else.
Just subscribe to ourselves.
Oh, wow.
So that works. So
Bracken, did you see my cake video? I made it just for you. I was inspired to make it because you wanted to see me make the cake. So I made you a cake video.
Yeah. I did add... Everyone don't forget to click live chat. Yeah, that's going to have to be the newest thing. So, like, technically, this should work. But I don't see Streamlabs CloudBot as a participant in chat. Oh, wait. It just didn't play it? So it knows we're there. Let's try...
Too nasty.
I successfully redeemed rope and nasty, but it didn't actually play the sound. Well, how is that? I haven't yet. Abby's been very well.
Hasn't been. Oh.
Gotta work on my ability to read.
Yeah.
Let me bring this a little closer as well.
You should have the reading comprehension of at least a 34-year-old man.
I should, but the problem is my eyes are only so good. I might get you to hold that. I'm sorry that Abby hasn't been feeling well. Don't worry, I know TTS doesn't work. I did have it kind of working in a background way. I thought this would work, but let's try. No sound. I don't know. I'll have to check out what that
Oh, his mowing outfit.
Oh. Yes, I wore that specifically for Jason.
I like the suspenders. I think he's cute in the suspenders.
So, here's what I'll say. The suspenders initially were like
we bought them for our wedding.
Yeah, we bought them for the wedding, and I couldn't find any of my belts, but I found my suspenders. And honestly, I think suspenders should be worn by most people. I personally just find that it alleviates so much pain in my hip and waist area because of the problems that I have with my hips and stuff. So, I mean, you're looking at probably a full-fledged suspenderizer. But the other thing is I think everyone should actually have a cane. Evan makes that outfit look good.
He does.
Well, I mean, I do my best for you guys, but I am by no means a fashionista. A fashion icon.
It was so funny because, like I said, he bought those suspenders for our wedding, and then like normally it was so cute how he wore his suspenders. So he wore his his dress shirt, and then his vest, and then his suspenders over top of the vest. And normally, like, that's not the typical order of operations, but he was so darn cute. He was so darn cute.
I was apparently so darn cute.
He is so darn cute.
I wonder if this works. It's supposed to hug Jason. What do they call suspenders in the UK? I can't remember, but Murray gave me... Oh, there you go. Me hugs Jason. Good job, Streamlabs. Thanks for hugging Jason. Thanks for also not playing the sound effects, you prick. What do they call suspenders in the UK? I can't remember, but Murray gave me a bunch of shit for calling them suspenders. Whenever you mention suspenders, I always think of Evan in stocking and suspenders with lovely garter belt. Ew. You caught me off guard there, Phil. You caught me off guard. I could try that outfit out.
They call them braces.
We call them brace?
Weird. So then what do you call braces for your mouth?
What do you call mouth braces and or braces? A knee brace?
Yeah. But there is the stereotype that British people do have like crooked teeth, so maybe they just don't have mouth braces.
Streamlabs hugs taste like...
It's only because suspenders here are for stockings and lingerie.
Oh, isn't that what garter belts are here?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Braces for mouth are also braces.
Okay, so anything that holds up anything? Is that...
Well, okay, so it's like how we learned that the word rocket and arugula etymologically come from the same word.
Say the first one again.
Rocket.
Yes.
And arugula.
Because it's both. They're both a plant.
Well, they're the same plant. They're the same fucking thing. It's just in England they call it rocket, and in North America we call it arugula. But they both etymologically come from the same Italian word for it. One of them is just more like the northern variant and the southern variant. So arugula, because a lot of the Italian people who migrated over to North America were from Calabria.
Yes.
And they had the more southern pronunciation of it. And then the people who lived in northern Italy were more in contact with those European countries. And so that's why in England you have it as rocket, and in North America you have it as arugula. There you go. Cilantro and coriander are, I believe, different because coriander is from the seed. And cilantro is the leaf. It's like nutmeg and mace are from the same plant, but one of them is like the casing of the seed. I don't fucking know. It's weird shit.
I think I know what I need. I probably fucked up. Sorry, guys. I'm also just screwing around, obviously, because it's what I do. How was everybody's weekend? Hug my face to Jason's
I feel
elbows.
like something newsworthy happened on the weekend. Oh, there was like I'm sure we all heard about XQC signing a $100 million contract to switch over to Kick. That's pretty insane. I guess Amaranth is also going over to Kick. What else? Sad news, there was a huge car accident in Manitoba that left like 15 old and disabled people dead and 10 in hospital. What else? Yeah, just I mean, sad news. Good news.
It was my... Yeah, well, I don't know what that is, Juneteenth, but I seen something pop up to say what a new holiday or a new day in the States called Juneteenth.
I don't know what Juneteenth
Yeah,
is.
and I forgot to click on it.
It means I get to hear my dad be racist?
Huh? It's a day of racism?
What's Juneteenth?
Why would the United States
Then is dumb.
have a day of racism?
That's not a good idea.
I thought every day in the States was... No, I'm just
Yeah, it
kidding.
just sounds like a regular day in the United States to me. Mind you, Canada's not much better at this moment in time. There's a lot of like casual racism here.
Yeah, we aren't... A lot of people think Saskatchewan, or Canada, sorry, doesn't have the same problems with that, like nationalistic mentality and stuff, but we definitely do.
The day the slaves were emancipated. Oh,
that's a good thing.
Oh, but you understand that, like, basically, racist people are going to be racist on this day. They're going to sit around and be uber racist about it.
Yeah.
Like, how dare people get their freedom? Is basically probably what some are bitching about.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Just like, that freaking Pearl Davis, her opinion on slavery is...
She said basically there was a person named Thomas Sowell.
Yeah, she's like quoting his book basically and argue like as a way to support her opinion that like some people enjoyed being slaves. And it's like, no, not really.
No, she said, yeah, some people's masters were good to them, so they didn't
thought of them like
mind
father figures.
And like Thomas Jefferson, I think, was the person she was specifically talking about. He was a president, right? Thomas Jefferson?
I don't know.
Whatever. One of the presidents who was a slave owner, who made his unwed children with his slaves take care of his white children.
One of the people we were actually watching that like was taking down her argument used Django Unchained as an example, like because they're like basically in Django Unchained, Samuel L. Jackson's character is set up as like the major antagonist of it, where he's basically like kind of one of those slaves that like promotes his master's agenda above like his own people.
Samuel Jackson's character is so eager to please
his slave master that like it puts other like people in jeopardy because he thinks of really only himself. So the person we were listening to taking down Pearl's argument about slavery basically kind of used that movie as an example of like, this is the kind of person you're talking about when you say like some people loved their masters.
Yeah, and well, what she refuses to understand is that you can't judge the situation properly if it's full of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
You can't, if there is an inverse relationship of power, you can't say that they preferred it because if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, I guarantee this loving, kind relationship wasn't like, oh, you'll get to it when you get to it. It was like, no. You know what I mean? I get slightly confused why somebody would ever possibly think such things. Got to do bath and bedtime. Have a good stream. Well, thank you for popping in, Bracken. Hopefully you have a wonderful day.
See you later, Bracken.
But yeah, Kick, XQC, and Amaranth signed contracts with Kick. That's a non-exclusive contract, meaning that, say, XQC is making more money than LeBron James, $100 million in 2 years, not having to exclusively stream on Kick and can stream still on Twitch. And that's, nobody knows the full details, but what they assume is because Kick was built by Stake, who is a crypto gambling company, who once again, gambling was kicked off of Twitch, thusly like train wrecks. That one co-owner or whatnot of Kick is a gambling streamer, and for some reason nobody understands the science why tens of thousands of people want to watch somebody spin slots. Nobody gets it. Nobody fully understands. but yet they are making so much money that they can offer a streamer who barely can speak any language because XQC from Quebec.
Honestly, I can't understand
He needs
a
a
goddamn
translator.
word that comes out of that man's mouth.
And everyone is quite perplexed by how
I feel like I'm actually listening to somebody who's actively had a stroke when he talks.
it's really weird.
And is just like, "Hey, how's the weather in Texas?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to start anything. I don't want to." And it sounds like, dude, like I'm legit asking you like how the weather is. Like this is like not me trying to start any beef or any drama. I'm just trying to be nice and ask you how things are.
Again and came back. OBS disconnected, reconnected. Hopefully, everybody is still there. But yeah, it
was funny.
It doesn't. There's something really weird going on, where people are confusing being able to have free speech with being able to negatively affect somebody else's path, right? Like, technically, you're only entitled to say what you'd like to say as long as that doesn't, change the course of somebody else's, when it would be just the same as being a physical barrier. So it's, I find it sad that there's only arguments. There isn't discussion. People don't really, well, you had mentioned it before. There will be an entire generation of people who could grow up without ever having to converge their opinion with someone else's.
Yeah, they'll have grown up entirely in an echo chamber and will have never heard another person's opinion. That was Aaron O'Toole who said that. So Aaron O'Toole, he was the leader of the Conservative Party here in Canada. And then basically in the last round of Conservative Party elections, he was ousted as the leader of the party and replaced by Pierre Poilievre because basically the Conservative Party decided that he wasn't extreme right-wing enough. So he gave a parting speech the other day in the House of Commons, basically warning people not to go down paths of extremism and conspiracy theory. And we are not people who vote conservative. We are very much on the left-leaning side of the spectrum. But man, it did make me really sad that he didn't get elected leader of the Conservative Party, because at least he's like a rational human being.
Yeah, it's crazy to hear that.
Yeah.
Silly boy! Silly hat man. Is this real? I gotta stop looking at other things while I'm doing this. I'm just trying to figure out why this isn't working. I thought it would be able to trigger the sound commands. It seems like Streamlabs is communicating, so
I kind of want some fruit to goes.
yeah. Slorpin' glorpin'. So does it show up? I think I have 7TV and BTTV set up. Yeah, it's I don't get how picking the most controversial person is the best political decision.
Yeah, no, it's not.
What were we watching where someone was interviewing Trump supporters saying the craziest things as if he was literally Luke Skywalker, not even Jesus. Like he was Jesus with a lightsaber riding a baka or whatever those fucking it's just like, this man doesn't actually like you. Yeah. He doesn't like any of you. Thank you for the slurp glorpins. I forgot I had videos. What do you mean videos? Trump supporters say the darndest things. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say a lot of weird things. Um, the issue with that is they don't stop to think of what they're listening to. They just pick like a couple words out of it, you know? Yeah. They hear like less taxes, but like before that he may have said, I'm going to sell your children to another country. And then they're like, no, he didn't say that.
Speaking of less taxes, this is something that I find so funny. So part of the reason why people have kept voting in the Sask party here in Saskatchewan is because, oh, they'll balance the economy. Conservative people don't believe in, like, charging taxes, blah, 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 blah. My money's my money. I don't like paying taxes. I don't like social programs, blah, blah, blah. So with all that being said and done, the Sask party has now turned around and created their own fucking version of the CRA. So for those American people and also people in England, the CRA is the Canadian Revenue Agency, which is the equivalent of like the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. So they've turned around and created the Saskatchewan Revenue Agency, the SRA, so they can now double tax us. On top of being taxed federally, we're now going to also have our own provincial taxes that we'll have to file as well. And it's like, this is,
do we?
Well, I think it's maybe more applicable to businesses. I don't fucking know. But either way, it's so funny to me that the whole reason people keep voting conservative parties in is because conservative parties make promises on cutting taxes. And meanwhile, the Sask party's just turned around and like created their own fucking tax system so they can tax people more. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's an unacceptable conditions. Abso-fucking-lutely.
We can try it. I tried to set things back.
And like, I have no problem paying taxes, but I have problems paying taxes when I know that my tax money is going to fucking Donna Harpower so she can build a goddamn bigger house.
There's literally the finance minister of our province looks like she sleeps in a coffin, and she literally spends money like it's water to take flights because she's too old to drive, like hour drives.
At the beginning of the recession, when people were having really hard time like being able to afford to buy groceries, somebody asked her like, aren't there things that you can't necessarily afford to buy? And she's like, well, I'd like a bigger house.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'd like a bigger house.
There's a difference between like liking a bigger house and not being able to buy groceries for yourself and your family. I don't know. Just absolutely fucking delusional.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Why did it? I'm trying to. I guess I just don't know why this isn't working. You can hear the cat rummaging around. The sound effect. Maybe I'll make it a stream perk. I'd like a smaller house.
Can somebody buy mine, please?
I will.
We live in such a small house, it's not even considered a house.
That's true. It's a shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone buy mine, please.
For full price.
That didn't do it either. God damn.
I kind of feel like we need to show them a picture of Donna Harpower just so that they know. They know what this woman looks like.
Can do. I don't even know how to spell it.
I think that's how you spell it.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's too nice of a picture.
No, that's an old picture.
There
you go.
I think that was actually when she was
that was when she was being
it.
questioned. Yeah. Like, we generally don't do what would be referred to as an ad hominem attack, where it's an attack on someone's, say, appearance or intelligence or whatever.
No, we can attack her intelligence.
As opposed to critiquing, their job or their actions.
Stance.
But this soulless monster single-handedly is doing shit that is like so unbelievably unhinged. So we have something in a landlocked province called the Global Transportation Hub, which is a piece of shit that they built to try and attract people into, I don't know, globally transporting things. But there wasn't enough, like, so basically it was land owned by people. So instead of having the highways company expropriate the land to build it, this woman, Donna Harpower, decided that she would instead take money from the power company to purchase the land from underneath highways for less than market value, to expropriate the land that the people lived on, to then turn around and sell it to the highways somehow for more than they paid for it. And some numbered company in Alberta ended up with like an extra $100 million or something. And everyone's like, what the fuck just happened? And then, boop, gone. Out of the news. Yeah. Didn't happen.
Oh, also, okay, so this is actually really funny. So their tagline is growth that works for everyone. I saw a post this weekend. Multiple people are calling like Saskatchewan Parks and Recreation to book campgrounds for the summer. These calls are being answered out of Wisconsin. Now, no offense to anybody in Wisconsin, but these jobs should be done by people living in Saskatchewan. There's no fucking reason for these jobs to be outsourced to the States. Like, I understand you guys need jobs down there. You don't need our fucking jobs. This should be a Saskatchewan job.
Well, no, we all need jobs. Like, there needs to be jobs in both places.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But these should be Saskatchewan jobs. They shouldn't be jobs for Wisconsin. It makes no fucking sense. Why is someone in Wisconsin who barely knows where Saskatchewan is or how to pronounce it booking fucking camping sites and answering questions about campsites in Saskatchewan? Makes no fucking sense.
Angry Krissy.
I know.
Yeah. It's
like another example is this business called, I think, Surecom. And
to be fair,
they were
it's like the one
recycling company here in Saskatchewan that took like all the rubber tires. Basically, the provincial government turned around, canceled their contract, and sold it to a company in the States. So now we no longer have a recycling program for used tires here in Saskatchewan. They're all getting shipped down to the States.
Yeah, it's
we also have a really great national park system.
We have different things, right? We do have national parks, but we also have provincial parks.
Yes.
And it's the provincial park system.
Oh, yeah, sorry, is the provincial park system.
Yeah, and so basically the main problem is like, instead of having a job for people that are here with our provincial parks, they shipped it out because it's cheaper, because we're a small province, and, you know, most of the provincial parks haven't received actual funding in years. So it's like 7 old dudes that love it so much they go and maintain it.
Yeah.
And maybe they might get paid to, you know, it's pretty intense.
I know that Canada's, we're really, because like we're all about like, you know, preserving our ecosystem, so they're pretty on top of having like a good park system.
Things show up.
John redeemed dummy.
John, you dummy. How did John redeem dummy?
I don't know.
No, I did that.
Oh. You're John?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to play a sound when it does that stuff. So I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at. I've never used Streamlabs, but it's one of the very few things that actually works with YouTube for commands. So I was trying to figure it out, but it might be harder than I thought. Like, I could add one here. Sure, it'll work.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
As opposed to most other things.
I guess part of the reason why it also really pisses me off is because, like, the Saskatchewan government, the Sask Party loves to talk about how they've created so many jobs for the economy, when in reality they've shut down good jobs and have allowed like jobs like Uber driver to be created.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna sit around and talk about how great being an Uber driver is, while like getting rid of our actual good jobs in the province, just because those jobs pay too much.
Yeah,
You
can't supplement a job that may have health care or health coverage and dental coverage and eye coverage, even if it's part-time, with a job like, oh, well, they're contractors, so they should be putting away their own money for this, when it's an MLM marketing scheme, basically. Like Uber.
And to like make an even half decent wage, you have to work like 3 of those jobs and like work like,
but it's
15
tough
hours
because
a day.
they should still exist. However, I thought that was all covered up there. No.
So there's a huge difference between like what you get covered under the health system. So like, say for example, I had a heart attack. They would take me to the hospital, and I would have to pay for the ambulance. The ambulance would, from like, you know, where we are into the like town, would be probably $500. But then I wouldn't have to pay for the actual doctor to treat me in the hospital, nor would I have to pay for my hospital stay. But I would have to pay for any medication that I would have to get, unless there would be a deduction with my work coverage. So your work coverage is what covers like portions of your glasses.
No, don't say that, Krissy.
Your medication.
Yeah. Like I pay.
It doesn't. You don't pay to go to the hospital. Like if you are dying and have to go to the hospital, you don't pay for that. Like I don't.
An ambulance might be $1,000.
If I were having a child, I wouldn't have to pay to go to the hospital to have birth, or like to have an abortion. Like those things are. But ambulance is not free. It's really, really fucking expensive.
Yeah, about $1,000.
None of your medication is paid for. It's just
only
kind of whatever's covered under your medical plan. Yeah.
So most of my medication is covered, and I still pay about $60 a month.
And I will also say right now, because our medical system is so strained, because our provincial government gave no shit about COVID, like literally all of the ERs in small towns around us are closed. So there's like no doctors. It's our medical system in the province, in a lot of provinces, are falling apart. Ontario's really bad. Basically all of the provinces that have like highly conservative leaders, all just falling apart.
Well, we're in a time where, so I mean, what happened was, for generations, I won't go too far because I'm not historically accurate enough to be able to tell the history, but since the Industrial Revolution, people have been trying to make things better than what their parents had them, right? Oh, I had to shit in an outhouse, so I want a bathroom in the house. Turned into, I don't just want a bathroom in the house, I want a tub shower bathroom. Now I want 3 bathrooms in my house. Now I need, you know what I mean? Everything kept getting more better for coming generations. But then there was a lull. We sat on our haunches and enjoyed our creation, and we forgot that asbestos-laden water pipes, tar paper, sewage systems, asphalt that was using oil that was inferior, all the things, all the infrastructure that was built, they forgot about it. Everybody started pursuing everything else, mini malls and theme parks, and a lot of places started to expand outwards. Cities forgot about the core, and they started to build suburbs on the outsides, leaving the internal central systems to start collapsing. And we're at a point now where when you talk about being conservative, you're talking about saving money when things,
at the expense of letting other things
bridges are collapsing, roads are being washed away, things cost more for emergency repair, and you can't physically save enough money to pay for all the things.
Jason, I'll also say, like, your doctor visits are free, but if you need like a doctor's note, you pay for a doctor's note, like usually like $20 or something.
Yeah, and like say my brother and his wife, I think got to stay at the hospital a little longer without having to pay than say some people.
Yeah, you can upgrade your room to a private room and stuff. That costs money.
Yeah, it's basically if you have to pay to get out of work. Got it. They do actually. There was recently a thing that changed where they had to force what do you call it, doctors to stop charging for doctor's notes that they weren't supposed to be charging for.
Oh yeah, so our prescriptions can go up. There is like you can sign up for basically like a low income thing where they'll cover a huge amount of your prescription if you're low income, or they'll try to find you the generic version of that prescription. But like some stuff, like they don't have a cap on it. It would be nice if there was a cap on prescriptions, but there is not.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like, just like in the States, basically, if you don't have a job, you need to rely on some form of a social service to cover some of your medication, or you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so to think that everybody here that needs to be medicated is incorrect.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why it's actually really sad in big centers. So in Saskatoon, there's a really good example of this man. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but Sailor Dan.
Sailor Dan.
So in Saskatoon, there was this man known as Sailor Dan, and he was really well known because he was kind of like always hang out downtown, dressed like a sailor, and would sell really incredible drawings that he had done. Really incredible drawings that he had done of boats. But the thing is, he had a lot of mental illness issues. So because of that, he kind of lived in and out of homelessness throughout most of his life, but also because of inadequate services offered by the city, he was never able to get better, or he never got offered what would have been able to get him off of the street and off of because he was also kind of like hooked on like some drugs too, and just like mental health issues. He lived on and off the street his entire life, was well known throughout and beloved throughout the city. There's actually a video that was made about Saskatoon that they have him in, where he's like singing on a boat.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's one homeless shelter in Saskatoon
that got closed down.
Well, my dear, why did that get closed down?
Let's go into that.
Why did the second or the largest homeless shelter in Saskatchewan get shut down?
Maybe because of all the corruption?
You mean like the guy in charge of it was embezzling money to buy his young girlfriend cars and houses and clothes?
Something like that.
And instead of the government saying we need to fuck this guy, we need to kick him out and then fix his place up, they said we'll just close it.
Yeah.
And all these
and do nothing
people
to help the homeless people that like all live here. I'll tell you what, I delivered food to that place once. One of honestly the scariest times of my life. So it's like downtown Saskatoon, and I pull up in my car, and I mean, I'm a highly anxious person anyways, and there's lots of people around who are very clearly not sober, laying around on the street. And so like being just a scaredy cat, I'm like, you're already higher on edge. So I'm standing there, and this was also at the height of COVID too. I'm standing there plugging the meter so I can like take in all this like food to this building so that they can give it to the residents. And this man, so I'm standing there plugging the meter, and this man comes here, can you hold this? Comes up behind me and like puts his hands on my shoulder and like starts talking in my ear right here. And I just like, I turned around and I screamed right in his face, like bloody fucking murder right in his face. And there was like a lady in her like vehicle watching the whole thing, and she just started laughing her ass off at me. I can't remember what he asked, but my God, it scared the absolute shit out of me. That's for sure. But yeah, I was not a fan of that situation, and I told my boss I am never taking leftovers down there again. That was the last time I'm doing that.
I totally understand. I would never. So it's tough. We were literally just kind of like waiting in the car drinking coffee, but there was a weird guy walking towards us. I think he was just walking, I don't think he was specifically like trying to scare us, but like I was like, okay, we gotta move. Yeah. He's coming towards us, but I don't think I feel bad.
He was like probably like literally just a white dude that worked at the a motor shop that we were like kind of parked beside, but just the way he was sauntering, I was like, I don't know about this gentleman.
Okay, so rope didn't work. However, nasty did work. Did you hear some of them?
No.
Nasty! So that, I'm sorry, I know you don't like when I mess around with this stuff, but as a person who can only do certain things these days, sometimes these little, messing with OBS and messing with alerts is kind of, it makes me feel smart still. It makes me still feel a little smart. Like, let's see if rope will show the GIF with the sound. Oh, let me grind while I build this rope. Fuck yeah. So, yeah, it didn't show the GIF. We'll just go like this. We're good. We got sound effects. We don't have TTS anymore, unfortunately.
Let me grind.
TTS will work through Ko-fi. If you give $1, you can type a message for TTS. Otherwise, one thing I noticed with those video commands is most of the time when stream stopped working was when it was trying to pull in those video commands. And so sound command should be good. This way we can do it through YouTube. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Some of them actually, in my opinion, work slightly better as a sound command.
Do you remember the song C'est la vie?
There's a song of it?
It's from like the 90s. And it's like by some like Irish girl group band or something.
Devil child. Yes. Fuck, I feel glad. I'm so glad that works. It's a lot of monotonous stuff that I did to make that work.
Oh, we watched a terrible movie last night.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about this. The man with the bee-stung face.
Yeah, sometimes we just really like watching terrible movies. So we watched Jupiter Ascending. It sucked. It sucked really hard. Mr. Levity, Philip, I will say, City of Ember, best movie we've watched out of 3 in the last, between Jupiter Ascending, Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets, and which did I name all 3? Either way. No, Jason, it sucked. It was not good.
But that's all I remember. So basically we like sci-fi movies, and unfortunately
sometimes they're gonna be a little bit sucky.
Well, and unfortunately there's not always there's not much new ones that come out. They're like horror movies now where it's like, or like
you gotta go in the back catalog now.
Yeah, you gotta, the ones that you.
Eddie Redmayne was so bad in this.
Well, I build this rope. Fuck yeah.
Eddie Redmayne overacted so much in this
I'm
movie.
gonna see if he has. I wonder if someone put some of his fucking scenes back together. Oh yeah, there's a new season of Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
I did see that. We haven't watched it yet. However,
we didn't watch the one where you kind of choose your own ending. That honestly, it just gave me too much anxiety to think about it, so we just never watched it.
look at the name of this. Eddie Redmayne screaming a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he talks kind of like Ray Fiennes.
I'm
Eddie Redmayne, and Jupiter said like,
you're
my-
the reincarnation of my mother, because I'd like to marry you.
no, that's Titus.
That's basically...
Destroy any ship that comes near the planet.
There was like 3 or 4 times he did shit like that where I had to go back and re-watch it.
My mother.
My mother!
What was necessary to rule and
Like, he talks like he's been smoking for like 40
No,
years.
he talks like he's like impersonating Ray Fiennes as Voldemort.
I'm in a corona! Here it comes.
I create life.
How create life! He does sound like Ray Fiennes. I hope they show the one. Fuck, bro!
You see it?
There's so much overacting.
My lord, is that advisable without the abdication?
You begged me to do it.
Jesus Christ! It's Meg? What was Meg? That one was really good, Krissy. I wasn't anxious as you can re-choose instantly if you die. I mean, maybe we should try it. But we did watch, there's a show we love.
Alone?
Yes. So, Jupiter Ascending,
Yeah,
it's a bad movie.
It sucked.
It's bad
It
pacing.
was real bad.
I mean, the concept is basically she is supposed to be the reincarnation of a person that owns Earth.
I don't think she even has any like familial ties. Like I don't even
No.
think like her dad was like, you know, the offspring of like an alien. She just happens to be like the complete reincarnation of their mother.
Yeah,
And like genetic reincarnation too.
Yeah, it's also rare that the mother died because Eddie Redmayne, he is technically the son of
Her.
and they raise human beings on planets
So that they
to
can like, harvest the planet so they can stay young.
so they can stay young. And I was like, you know what? With all the people who love the idea of eugenics, this is basically the next step.
I gotta say, I was real surprised that this was done by the people who did The Matrix,
They fucked
the
up.
Wachowski sisters. I was like, are you kidding?
It's like, so I understand, and it's when you said that it was them, I understood kind of, I guess, the higher concept of, you know, because like the Matrix is kind of like a living in a world,
Waking up from the Matrix.
Yeah, well, in this, she when fucking beat my dick off with 2 hands. It's my name is Jeff. What the fuck
my name is Jeff.
name?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. My name is Jeff. He just like finds her and he goes, "Oh, you thought you're the only planet? you thought you're the only planet with life on it?"
So controversial opinion. I do not and have never found Channing Tatum to be an attractive man. I don't get women who are like, "Oh my god, Channing Tatum's so hot." No. He's just never has and never will be attractive to me. That's just my personal opinion on Channing Tatum.
You're gonna have weird choices, though.
I have weird choices?
Well, like Alexander Skarsgård.
Coming from the man I married?
Yeah, there you go. You're
Channing Tatum looks like a hard-boiled egg. Exactly. He does. He's just, yeah. But Alexander Skarsgård was totally hot. I don't know what you're...
No, I'm just joking. Abby is too busy for us these days. She's probably on her honeymoon.
It's true.
But, so because she's not here, I can officially say, I personally think that it is very hit or miss that Tom Hardy does a good job. I mean...
You know, I liked him in Venom. I know a lot of people didn't like the Venom movies. I liked the Venom movies. They were fun. You want me to say Skarsgård 10 times fast?
Oh, it's because of your heavy emphasis on
the guard? The Skarsgård?
Hard.
The Skarsgård?
It's getting...
Skarsgård.
Maybe we'll block some light.
I liked the Venom movies too.
Because I found a way.
I don't find Alexander Skarsgård
What do you
attractive.
mean you love the Venom movies? He's either drunk or he's Venom.
I liked the Venom movies.
It's okay.
Skarsgård.
But to say it's like amazing acting, it's total lie.
Skarsgård.
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 You can tell that it's struggling a bit because the motion became less fluid because it's trying to compensate for a lot less light. See? I'll leave it open. I feel bad when I go like this because I look ethereal. Is there any birdies actually?
I don't know. I put out a bunch of birdseed this morning. When we went shopping, we got some more birdseed for the birdies because
Squatty Cobbler.
Hey, it's Squad
Actors who
Cabs.
scare you. Mine is
Oh.
you're from
Javier Bardem.
from what's it called? No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
That's, I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to walk into him. He is. See, there's a complete shift in acting ability from Channing Tatum to Javier Bardem. He's played some fucking shit you wouldn't expect.
He's married to Penelope Cruz.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm scared of him. I think he's really good.
I think he's a great actor.
How you doing, Squatsky? He was oh yeah, he was Jaws?
Oh yeah, that he had like the diamond jaw or whatever. Like if we're going to talk about like actors that I wouldn't want to meet on the street because they might actually be legitimately terrifying or they play roles that like are terrifying roles, because those are two very different things. Because like I would be terrified to run into Gary Busey on the streets.
Oh yeah, Gary Busey.
Would not want to run into Gary Busey on the streets.
Squat cobbler. Squat cobbler. You know what squat cobbler is? No, I don't know what a squat cobbler is.
Me neither. What is it?
It's a man who sits in pie.
But Javier Bardem, if I were to run into Javier Bardem, I would definitely ask him for an autograph and a picture.
Absolutely. I don't think I would necessarily know it was him because
Yeah.
I can kind of think of a couple people that I might think was him doing great. I did see the t-shirt. They said all my favorite actors are dead. Gary Busey is scary as shit.
Gary Busey's
Honestly,
so freaking scary.
I think I would be scared to see Mel Gibson.
Yeah, oh yes, him too.
It would just be really hard
Also,
for
just
me
because,
not to
like,
say something.
He
'cause I
might
think
say
he's
some
gonna
like
kill
weird
me.
anti-Semitic shit, and it's like,
You should see him now.
Oh, and I would be scared to run into Ezra Miller.
Fuck that kid. I'd fucking fuck Ezra Miller. Okay, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would.
You don't know who Gary Busey is?
Okay, we'll show you Gary Busey, but I wanted to see where's those pictures of Mel Gibson. He's like taking whatever The Rock is taking now.
HGH?
Yeah, everyone used to like Mel Gibson till it came out that he was crazy racist.
Yeah, a huge anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Exactly. I used to like Mel Gibson
I
until he
think
started saying
everyone
shit.
liked Mel Gibson up until like right after Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
Then he started to get really weird.
Yeah.
You've
Gary
never seen
Busey.
Gary fucking Busey?
That's not how you spell
Sorry, I
it.
spelled it wrong. You've never seen fucking Big Bad Gary? Yeah, that's actually Gary in his prime.
That is Gary in his fucking prime.
This is actual Gary. Oh, actually, yeah. No, I'm scared already.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that picture's almost too high res. Oh.
He looks.
Ugh.
We need to look up some like a movie scene, like a great clips of Gary Busey.
He was on the
forgot he was on
Celebrity
Celebrity
Apprentice.
Apprentice.
This is just a straight up funny.
Compilation of Gary Busey.
Yeah. Oh, that's loud.
That's emotional. Yeah, you.
Okay.
What the fuck, Gary Busey?
Right.
Fuck, man. Krav Maga.
I'm gonna show you something. All right. Come up here. Stand right here.
Oh.
Okay.
See, the thing is this probably isn't the scene. Is the scary part? But he's probably just supposed to pretend to be talking to him, and he just started assaulting.
Hey, I'm filling up a snake hole.
Did you just take your piss on camera?
His head came out.
Great.
He likes it.
What is that? That's a potato. I didn't cook it out well. I didn't. Hey.
New Ko-fi subscription from Scatty.
Did it call you Scatty?
It is Scatty instead of Squatty. Thanks, Scatty.
Thank you, Scatty. You didn't have to do that. We appreciate that. You're wonderful.
Yeah.
I need to try and maybe donate $1 from your phone to make sure the TTS works. I'll do it another time. But yeah, like, so it's supposed to read TTS if you type a message. But thank you so much, Squatty Cobbs. You're a sweet man.
You're gonna miss it all. You don't do this.
How am I gonna cook potato? What do you want me to do?
Stand up.
Scatty Cobb.
Stand up. Right. Stand up.
What the?
Stand up and face me.
Okay.
Put your knife up.
What do you
Use your knife to defend yourself. Come on.
I don't know how to use it.
The funny thing.
See, I would not want him to run into Gary
That's
Busey.
normally what I would do.
Well, it gives you the option to do a one-time or a monthly if you wanted. But that's up to you. I also got to load all the emotes into BTTV. Also, for those who didn't see Squat Cobbler Cough Cough, there is another Discord now that's just us. We do have the Discord with everybody, but we figured we were spamming a whole bunch of crap all the time. And this is, if you do decide you want more Evan and Krissy and like gardening stuff and just all our stuff, this is an option for you.
All right.
But if you join it and turn off notifications, you might as well just get the fuck out. I'm just kidding.
You got the knife again. No way.
I do agree with you, though. I am now personally afraid of Gary Busey.
Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam.
Oh, I actually maybe should.
What the fuck is this?
Stop it.
I should maybe do. I should maybe do a garden
You're
update.
sick.
Why?
You won't trust and believe in me.
I do believe in
That's
you.
why. You have failed.
The crazy shit is this is like because it has a comedy,
Yeah.
Comedy Central on there.
So what
That
do you do?
Someone enabled
You
this.
have to take a dump anywhere?
No.
Well, no, it means that this was
No.
years ago.
Yeah.
This is 12 years ago, and he's gotten even crazier.
Lemon and a blueberry.
Oh, blueberry.
Is that? Oh.
Oh, not Pauly Shore.
No. That comedian that.
Both of
Andy
them are.
Dick.
Yeah, that's
Andy
Andy Dick,
Dick.
and that is.
No, let Adam. Hey.
Isn't that something?
Andy Dick is also a terrible human
Andy
being.
Dick's fucking. Ugh, he's always creeped me out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You're saying the synthetic saloon ain't big enough for the 5 of you? No, it is, Squat. I just feel bad that, Like,
There was just like one time when we went to go stream and we did like at everybody, and then somebody from like another Discord was like,
no, it was easy. It was
Yeah.
saying, you know, like basically reminded me that it's not just our Discord, it's everybody's. And I feel bad for constantly spamming shit all the
Yeah.
time. So I figured, you know, like, so for an example, today I said, we'll be streaming a little later after we get some stuff in the synthetic saloon. But in the other one, I put, you know, our faucet started leaking, so we have to go to the store and get a new faucet, and we're gonna go to the grocery. You know, like I was just a little bit more elaborative. I know it's weird to say that, but this, if you join them both, it lets me know that you're obsessed with us, and it makes me feel good. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I just want to think it's Adam's show, so I'm thinking
It's our show.
It's our show.
It's your show, too.
Do you want?
You're on it
blueberry?
now.
Do you want blueberry?
Can I have blueberry?
Yeah, sure.
Is that...
This is for me?
Yeah.
What does this called?
Lemon.
Lemon. What made you bring a lemon?
What the hell?
I like the citrus.
How about the person
Oh, I
who
thought that was scary.
I forgot to
What's the
ask.
color of this? What's that look like?
It looks like piss.
It does. Okay, I'll be back.
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
That was. It wasn't.
it was a while ago.
I don't typically do at everyone. It was just a
Yeah.
mistake. Usually I would do just our group. But it was just the reminder that there's rules inside of the space I'm in. Like, it's a community, you know? And like, if I want to post foot pics, maybe it's not appropriate to do so there. But yes, Discord, I understand. It was mainly, so Squat Cobbler, you know this. So in YouTube, there's obviously several different things you can do that trigger notifications, uploading a short or a video or a going live or whatever. And we didn't want it to trigger all of them in Synthetic Saloon. So this other one would be like, you know, so say Mr. Levity really pops a bone cone. Set to notify on all messages. If Mr. Levity has a bone cone all day watching us and wants to get notified when we upload something, you know, it's, yeah, another place. It's I feel weird. I'm not good with this stuff. I don't have Instagram. Literally, my friend wished me happy birthday on Facebook, and he said, I'm not sure you even looked at it when I said it last year. So, you know, when everyone's like, check all my socials, I'm like, I have Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. And Kofi, but that's not really
Silly, yes, it is Gary Busey.
Oh, absolutely, it's Gary Busey. Mr. Levity didn't know who Gary Busey was.
We were talking about
What is this?
actors that we'd be afraid to encounter, and my answer was Gary Busey.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we proved why Gary Busey would be horrifying to run into on the street. Who else would you guys be terrified to run into?
Steven Seagal.
I was kind of thinking, what? I would have. Oh man, Steven Seagal. I think
might
would
try
be
to do that weird, like,
hilarious.
Magic judo on me.
Krav Maga.
It's not Krav Maga.
No, he learned. Can't remember. It's basically like low impact.
It's like
martial arts.
You're
or
like,
some
I
shit.
move your energy this way.
Yeah.
And they like do magic rolls out of the way.
Yeah. He also, Steven Seagal. If you watch a Steven Seagal movie and he's not punching dicks, yeah, you found a gold mine there, because it doesn't happen often. You know, Jackie Chan, like, we grew up watching movies with like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, you know, like really good martial artists.
Wesley Snipes
Jean-Claude
might
Van
also be a
Damme.
weird one to run into in public.
Yeah, maybe.
I just think of what was that one Blade? It was Blade,
Yeah.
where he like wouldn't open his eyes, so they CGI opened his eyes in the movie.
I remember hearing something
Yeah.
about that. But what was I saying before you interrupted me?
Sorry, talking about Gary Busey.
I don't think it was. Rewind the tape. Actually, I bet you if I brought up stream on my phone, we're probably just a couple seconds behind, and it'll tell me what I was saying.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. No, it just said you were talking about Gary Busey. I'm trying to figure out what I was saying, okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we watched people do impressive martial arts. And then Steven Seagal comes along. And like Jackie Chan would fight like 10 guys, right? And it looked like a choreographed symphony of fighting. And, you know, like he would set a chair down, sit on the chair, and someone would kick above his head, and then he'd spin around with the chair and catch someone. And then like it's amazing. And then Steven Seagal punches 6 out of 9 guys in the dick and kicks the other guys in the face. And he's like, wow, I'm on the same level as these other guys. Like, no. All he did is hit people with things, throw them into stuff, or hit them in the genitals. I mean, that's what I would do, but I'm also not in action movies. So, I mean, get with it. The one thing I thought we could do today, because it's been like, I don't know, weeks since I even looked at it, but we haven't looked at Reddit at all because it was in a weird blackout.
Yeah, I'm hungry, Jason. That's why I'm eating spit.
That's right. We could... What could we eat for lunch? We did just get some stuff, but we'd have to whoop it up. Well, let's check and see what's up for a little bit, and then we'll eat some food. What we didn't tell you is that when you don't feed your stray animals, they destroy your garbage. They go into your wooden thing you built to house your garbage bags, and they rip it to pieces, and they throw it everywhere.
We bought grabbers from the dollar store.
Yeah, let me grab my claw hands.
So we can go and pick up the garbage we're pretty sure it was probably the coyote.
Yeah,
maybe?
I think it was.
I do. Like, last year, between the skunk, Little Parm, and Carl, there was a lot of damage done.
I cut the grass yesterday in honor of dads.
Yeah.
CEO is an Elon Musk wannabe. A lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, I know. So it's kind of the only reason I didn't want to look at Reddit is because I don't want to, like, I don't want to... I'd like it to be resolved before I, we're up to date on it. Oh, they're so nice and warm from being in the sun. We're up to date on basically the CEO. Basically, he's gotten to the point now where he said, well, how about if you don't own the subreddit, we can basically kick every mod out and remod some people to keep it running and go fuck yourself.
Somebody referred to it as being like landed gentry.
Yeah, and the other thing was he was talking about implementing a voting system for if someone doesn't like a mod. So say Jason mods a subreddit, and he has for years, and he bans someone, and enough people can get together to then have Jason kicked out.
Oh, so you can literally have, what's it called? On a boat?
Yeah,
mutiny.
Jason
A mutiny. You can have a mutiny.
Jason! They're good ones.
I want mine.
Yeah. I bought 2 because there was 2 of them, and I said to the lady, my wife doesn't know that I'm getting 2 so she can help. A peach! These are pretty good. I think your mom's gonna try and steal one of them. No, 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 no.
Do not take your glasses off.
No, 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 no. I think you need to practice more.
Got them. I won. I won! Yay! I won! A wiener. I'm a wiener!
Jeez. Thank you. Actually, no, you had a good lock on those. Why are you hating on that guy who thinks he's Pez? Oh, yeah. How you doing, Scroll Walk? Rip glasses. Okay, I'm alive.
Squishing your head.
I don't think this is going to be resolved, to be honest.
I squish.
Now take Krissy's. I don't trust myself.
I am squishing.
We had
I'm squishing your
we had a
head.
coyote limpy.
I'm squishing.
Oh wait.
I'm squishing your
Wait,
head.
Krissy, I know what to do. It's perfect. Keep squishing my head.
I'm squishing your head. It's because I have a cabbage for a head, isn't it?
A cabbage!
Oh, here I am making like kids in the hall.
Yeah, I just played it. I'm
Kids in the
crushing
hall
your head,
references,
yuppie.
and probably like nobody knows.
Oh, so oops, I accidentally left the stream because YouTube mobile app. Yes. However, it only has upwards to go, right? An app can only get better
It's true, and especially now
with more
like,
features.
if Twitch decides that it's gonna shit the bed, they might get more streamers.
Well, my God. Kick literally just bought half of the people who watch on Twitch. Hey, Scrolllock! I found a way to get sound commands.
The cheese tax.
You gotta pay the cheese tax every time you're looking. When the cheese comes out, this puppy comes looking. The rules are the rules, and the facts are the facts. So when the cheese door opens, you gotta pay the tax. Yeah, Streamlabs can do sound alerts on YouTube. So I switched some of that stuff over.
So you're gonna be Jason, be safe.
Hey, Jason. You be safe over there, you limey bastard. Or I'll give you a squishing on your nipples. On your audio nipple eyes. Honestly, is this going to be much more useful than... Oh, shit. Do you guys just want to watch us grab things with these?
Wait, like my hairbrush? Is that what you're talking about? That's my hairbrush. That's what I used to comb my hair.
If you do ! Commands, it will open up a site that will show you all the commands. But it's pretty much a lot of the same ones. The only addition is from Mr. Levity, nasty! ! C space nasty.
Evan, this is gonna be so great. You know how sometimes when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, can you pass me that? Because you're right beside it. I can just have this and like literally grab it for.
But it's for picking up garbage.
Well, maybe we use one for garbage and one for inside.
But
the
then
house.
that means that I'm gonna have to pick up all the garbage.
Can I use like the barbecue tongs?
Ooh, nasty. Yeah, sure. Philip Torkington redeemed nasty. I bet you that is what you'd like to have written on your tombstone. To trigger commands, type ! C command name
Clean
for a
those.
list of all commands. Click
Bleach
here.
or rubbing alcohol afterwards and sanitize it.
That's true. Oh, what am I doing? I just leaned forward like some kind of plebeian idiot. However, okay, that is slightly probably at the weight. It holds it. Go in there. Don't fall. Heyo. So, actually, what I think I would like to talk about, is our favorite television.
Fart in your general direction.
Alone.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
So our favorite TV show alone
Yes,
is filming in our beautiful province.
So, for those of you who don't know, is this season 10? I believe.
Yeah.
That should be the newest. Yeah, so, let me just bring up
That's not them.
Yeah, that's not them. That's the group before.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 11.
Because the newest season is filming in northern Saskatchewan.
Yeah, so
Whee!
Alone. I want to open up a couple of things and we'll talk about it like we're professionals over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're freaking professionals. Because we decided.
I will also say it's really funny listening to people who are not from Saskatchewan pronounce Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
You all try so hard, but you put more emphasis in it than it needs. It just flows. Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. That's all you need.
Yeah,
Not-
I'm from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Chew.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. But it's kind of like one of those things that's like
People who don't know how to say Calgary? Calgary?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I was going to say. So, and I don't blame people because I actually, honestly, 9 times out of 10.
Or Toronto?
9 times out of 10, you'll catch me saying,
Calgary?
yeah, like very Calgary. like, yeah.
And they say Calgary. Oh yeah, we were watching Joe Scott today, and he pronounced it Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, it's like one word, Newfoundland. Newfoundland. And I was
That
like,
was centered at one point.
weird. Newfoundland.
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 Ho ho ho. Freaking
You
Newfoundland.
just need to say it as one word, Newfoundland.
So it says, yeah, this got to be it. Got to be the trailer. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, June-
Alone is our favorite show.
It's so good.
It is basically they take like 10 people and they find an area. Actually, most of the time it's been in Canada.
It's either in Canada, it's been once in Patagonia.
Yeah, and then I thought it was somewhere else at one point. But yeah, it's been on the East Coast, the West Coast, because, the islands of British Columbia have so much forest. We got like tons of bears and wolves and dangerous things. And they take these 10 people, they scout an area that's desolate of people or humanity, and they pick spots based on, is this one close to fresh water? Okay, well then maybe food is far away.
Yeah.
Is this one have close to food sources? Okay, well maybe fresh water is far away. And so nobody gets an optimal thing. Someone gets a lot of sun, someone gets a lot of wind, and nothing's perfect. But they just drop them off and say, here's a satellite phone, film all this shit, and we'll see you like once I think they check on them once every week.
Once a week. Well, yeah, they go in once a week, but I know every morning they basically have to like contact saying they're not dead.
Yeah, they have a bag full of stuff. Like they can bring something like 20 items. So that's everything. Hat. Or no, it doesn't include their clothes. Like tarp, rope,
and bow and arrow,
knives, saws, you name it. They can only bring 7 arrows, and so we're really excited because it's actually being filmed in Saskatchewan, and it's not. I mean, I haven't been super close to where it's filmed.
Oh, I haven't.
But I've been in the relative, yes, closer than you guys. Closer than you guys. So this is where I have been. Is Tobin Lake is the farthest north I've been, which isn't ridiculously far north or anything. But the where they are is
up there,
this lake, Reindeer Lake, is where it's being filmed.
And they're all on those little islands.
Yeah, so like I said, what they do is they just drop them off by boat, and
helicopter.
There we go. Yeah, they drop them off on these little islands, and they make rafts to go fishing. They hunt and burn their cabins down. And...
So far, our favorite man is a guy named Lee from Alaska.
Yes. Here is the trailer for the season that we were watching.
There's a bear right over there.
The most intense survival series.
I have to say, the thing that I found really, really funny is in this season, there's a man from Georgia. And in the first episode, he's like complaining about how cold it is. And I'm like, dude, it's still like,
yeah,
it's like, it would still be fall. Like, it'd probably be like about 20 degrees Celsius when they're out. And I'm like, you're gonna get so much fucking colder. You're bitching about being cold now. You're such a little Georgia peach. You have no idea what this weather's gonna turn into.
Well, and he was saying, like, basically, he can turn off all emotion.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, if he gets hungry, he can turn it off. If he misses his family, he just turn it off. Well, by the end of the second episode, he is literally crying because his
feet were also gross.
Oh yeah, and he's fucking sleeping in wet boots. His feet looked like fucking like trench boot.
Yeah,
like,
I said
gross.
One thing I learned for sure in all of the history classes I sat in was trench foot. And you should always have a pair of dry, clean socks.
Always.
Always.
Or you get the clamps.
Fucking trench foot.
You get trench foot clamps. Keep it together. But, yeah, that first person it showed there with the dreadlocks, he lit his shelter on fire.
No, he didn't. No.
Or no, that was his smoker. Or no, which one was trying to smoke fish and ended up burning everything down? They just stood there and watched it happen.
It wasn't him though. It was
Wasn't
that jazz guy, wasn't it? I don't remember.
That's a big decision right now.
Oh yeah, they put them in an area that has about 47,000 black bears.
No. You're the fact that was given is the population of black bears in Saskatchewan is 43,000. That's what was said.
You get the clamps if you correct me again. They're trying to make divorce illegal, and I'm trying to make being proved wrong illegal.
Alone. New season coming
That's
soon
it?
on the History
It was a
Channel.
really shitty trailer. How disappointing. So, yeah, they're in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, sorry we hyped you up for that.
Catching lots of spruce grouse, which good for them. Every time we drove past them on the highway, we'd be like, man, that looks like good eating. They're also really cute.
Oh yeah, tons of, honestly, they are super cute. They're super cute in the winter, the grouse, but it is almost like they exist to allow everything else to exist.
They look like running butterballs, I'm not gonna lie.
They literally look like they're almost been prepackaged to be eaten.
To be chicken McNuggets.
I'm trying to find if there is a picture of just the contestants themselves. But, like, this says meet the cast. So you'd assume...
Oh, that's them.
Oh, yeah.
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 Freaking
yeah.
We just
and it might
that.
say that they're what they brought with them. They're 10 items.
Meet the cast. Alan Tenta.
I kind of like this guy.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
I teared up a little bit when he was talking because of him and the owl.
Oh, yes. He is a 52-year-old high school teacher from British Columbia. He lives down in the Columbia Valley with his wife, Lisa, and 2 children. As a local high school teacher, we're not going to read the whole synopsis, but he has a really nice moment where he has a very strange encounter with an owl.
Yeah.
Almost so that you would expect the owl to be skittish, but it actually isn't. And he has... it ties back to when he lost his father and how owls were a symbol.
Yeah.
Anne Rosenquist, an off-grid organic farmer in Wisconsin. Just stealing stealing our parks jobs. Fucking Anne. I'm just kidding.
She's a very nice lady, but she doesn't need to be booking sites to Saskatchewan campgrounds.
She initially, honestly, the way she walked out, I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know how much heavy impact she's going to do. She might be, because some people approach the show differently, right? Some try to forage and do low effort survival. Some try to build log cabins without securing any food.
A lot of men do the starvation game.
Yeah, one guy, the winner last year, Juan Pablo drank 355 milliliters, a standard size Coca-Cola, of olive oil every day.
In preparation.
So he would gain like 60 pounds.
We often wonder what his shits were like.
Yeah, considering that we just watched those videos about that Starbucks drink with the olive oil in it, and everybody says that caffeine plus olive oil
will make you shit.
Makes you do the brown rain.
Yeah.
So it's, there's one guy in this show already from Wyoming. He's hunted everything you could hunt on this planet because it makes your pee-pee bigger. And so he's got no problem. He's going to get some game. He's going to cook some meats. And he goes wandering through the forest and, loses his quiver.
Yeah.
Full of his 7 arrows.
And he gets so fucking angry. He's like, he like losing his shit. And
looks
I'm like,
he's
dude,
gonna poop himself.
Like, dude, like you dropped it somewhere.
So much.
An animal is not going to move it. Literally retrace your steps and you will find it. He hasn't found it yet.
It would have been about this big, right?
Yeah. Easily
but
this
7
big.
of these.
Yeah, like attached to each other.
Obviously not as useful as a grabber tool.
He obviously wasn't using his goddamn eyes when he was looking.
He was using his man eyes.
Yeah,
like at the grocery store.
He was also, I just think, way too emotional when he was looking for it. So he didn't see it.
Yeah, he goes all the way back to his campsite without finding it. And he almost so much so it almost seems like he could give up. And the only other people that usually give up from losing something is the ones that lose their flint steel for starting fires, because most of the time they've been out in British Columbia where it's all wet all the time. So you can't bring, and you also wouldn't bring a lighter, right? Because it's finite. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know if you could. You probably could. The one thing that bothers me is if you can only bring 7 arrows and the chances of you killing big game is very slim, why wouldn't you bring like some surgical hose to build your own slingshot? You know what I mean?
Smartest I ever saw was that dude who dyed his hair really, really bright colors prior to going out.
Oh, yeah.
So he could use them to make fish lures.
So fly fishing lures. He dyed his hair all colors of funky colors so he could cut his hair and make it into
fishing lures. Yeah.
Fishing lures. It was genius.
Yeah.
Mwah. The only thing smarter would have been to hide actual fishing lures in his anus.
He also brought really colorful underwear for some reason along those lines as well.
Yeah, he used them for something. Yeah. I can't remember. But yeah, I just don't understand why none of them plan to bring a slingshot. Slingshots would be, they're
you're not going to run out of ammo with rocks.
You know how many birds, most of them don't always shoot at something they see because they have 7 arrows.
Yeah.
And if you Leroy Jenkins an arrow 400 yards into the woods, you'll never get it back.
You're not going to get a bear with a slingshot.
You would be able to kill a rabbit with a slingshot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And all of them, I apologize, audio. I apologize. Cover your ears. Audio earmuffs. Audio earmuffs now. A lot of them survive the winters by eating rabbits. But not cute little rabbits.
Or hares.
Jackrabbits. Yeah, and hares the size of a schnauzer. We used to have them where we lived in Saskatoon. Yeah. And they would sleep in our little
they're big jackrabbits,
and its legs are this long. When it stretches out, it's crazy. But Anne actually came out guns blazing.
I like her.
She was she had an idea. She set up her shelter. She was ready to start hunting. She was ready.
Oh, this is the dude that lost his fucking...
Cade Cole. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a hunting guy. He's a self-made mountain man.
The next man kind of reminded me of Jason.
Jason! You mean like the champion of the spelling bee, Jason?
Yeah.
Our good friend, the champion of the spelling bee, Jason.
Yeah.
Gonna have to head off and put my feet up. Sorry, guys. Hey, Mr. Levity, thank you so much for being here. I do believe that we are probably
gonna call it soon.
soon.
We'll probably finish going through these guys, so it's like a bit, but
yeah, it's always lovely to see ya. Yes, this guy is from Barrie, Ontario.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he was very just kind of down to earth, normal.
Just a regular Canadian man.
I'm a regular Canadian man.
I lost my teeth getting hit in the mouth with a puck.
Yeah, that's one of his things. He's like, took a hockey puck in the teeth here, and that's like a sign of being Canadian. I'm missing a tooth because it got busted in half from a puck. Take care. I hope your foot feels.
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
Is Jason 2 not a command? I'll have to fix that. I know I uploaded it. This Jody Rose.
She seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's building herself a log cabin.
Fucking way more powerful than a lot of people I've met. A lot of males. She can outwork me for sure, physically. In my condition, maybe if it was other ways, I'd be a little better. But she's building a whole fucking log cabin, Lincoln log, like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Like she's. The only problem is when they do that, they expend so much energy at the start that you can see by like the third day. They basically are wishing they would have caught a fish. Yeah. To kind of, or like they would have collected berries the day before.
Well, no, she's been eating lots of blueberries.
That's true. She's
been eating blueberries and I think reindeer moss. And she said straight up, like she has, because she had been immobilized due to an accident prior to going out there. So she's 70 pounds heavier than she normally is. So she straight up said, like, I have lots of weight.
Yeah, she was bedridden, right?
Yeah, she was bedridden for extended period of time because she got kicked off like farm equipment or something,
or horse, something it tore the musculature in her leg, and she was bedridden, and I mean she's building a goddamn log cabin.
So she was basically like, I'll just have a few days of eating salad while I get my house ready. It would be basically like, a crash diet for a few days. I have 70 pounds I need to lose. This is my favorite dude so far. Lee.
Yeah, so far, this guy is our
He's the
favorite.
titty skitties.
He, he grew up, where? In the Yukon.
Yeah.
Or in Alaska in the Yukon. His parents lived a nomadic, hey, Deadweight Nate, good to see you.
Nate.
We're just talking about our favorite show, Alone.
And we just got to our favorite guy this season.
Yeah.
Lee
Ray DeWild.
He's awesome.
He grew up, his parents had like 12 children in the woods. Like literally, like you think of like, I don't know, settler times, like build a log cabin in the woods, this is my land now type stuff. And so he's like, I just thought this was normal. I know how to do all this stuff. Yeah. He's just very normal guy. Made a trout line right off the start. Made a fishing rod right off the start. Just
a little raft.
He'll probably do good. This guy is from Idaho.
Oh yeah, he's a glass artist.
I remember him being in the episode, but I can't really remember anything specific other than I thought it was you would probably like shorter hair would be better for bugs and cleanliness. Oh, I guess they're dreads.
Yeah.
Dead weight. The crazy thing is it's filmed in Saskatchewan, the new season. So it's filmed right here up in Reindeer Lake.
Way more north than we are.
Yeah, the highest north I've ever been.
I've been to Buffalo Narrows.
Is like here, and Krissy's been like here. Is that farther than
It's farther north than
where's
Wowoda?
No, that is a place, but that's not what I was trying to say. Where's not Wanis? Where's that? What's that place
Waskesiu?
everybody's been but me? Yeah,
Waskesiu.
Waskesiu. Where is Waskesiu?
It's past PA.
Oh, right here. Yeah, that's not even close.
No.
Yeah, okay, I guess he's forgettable.
She's fine.
What was,
she's a model.
She grew up a model in France?
No, London.
London, yeah.
Yeah, she was like a fashion model.
And now she's
And then after like having her children, she's like, I want to do
Yeah.
more for me.
Yeah,
and
she-
that's like being a wilderness lady.
Yeah, she's like, I had more time to myself, so I started building fires in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like, good for you, lady. I
yeah.
love this.
And
for
now
you.
she has like a living
traditional
school.
living history school.
Yeah, living history school. Oh yeah, and they do reenactments or something.
I mean, they all do.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. This is Georgia.
Oh yeah, this is the Georgia peach.
Yeah, this
He
gentleman.
can't stand like what will actually be the only nice weather he will be getting in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do well.
I don't think he's gonna do well at all.
He's hurting. He's hurting by the end of the episode itself. All the new contestants are pretty cool. Yeah,
Lee is my favorite.
This guy is currently who I believe will go home first.
Yeah.
Because of how much. Did he actually eat anything though? He's having terrible stomach.
Oh yeah,
issues.
he tried to kind of like puke, didn't he? Or feel sick to his stomach.
Yeah. Like he didn't do well. Yeah.
He did not.
This guy, I don't know.
I'm confused by this man.
He's the one who lit his smoker on fire.
I think he was, wasn't he?
He was just like standing there, just like this. Yeah, that'll do well, smoking my fish, and he just literally watches the fire climb up the thing and burn, and it's just like.
But now I'm second guessing if
Why'd
it was
you watch
him.
it? No, it was him. I'm pretty positive seeing.
He ate one grouse. Okay.
Yeah, he did
I don't
catch a grouse. Hey, Nate, do you like our pinchies? Our freaking pinchies? Oh, is that it?
What is it?
Wow, they couldn't convince more than that to come to Saskatchewan, I guess. You know,
there's usually only 10 in those.
It's a scary place. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't come to Saskatchewan.
I mean, we have a coyote that comes in our yard, so...
Yeah, he destroyed our freaking...
That's the whole reason we got these, is so we can go pick up the mess.
Yeah, Saskatchewan.
We're gonna go pick up the mess that the coyote made.
Yeah, the one day, we apparently didn't put food out.
He really wanted to take a picture of it and share it on Discord, and I was like, no.
Oh, yeah, don't take a picture of our garbage strewn about. You never know what's in it. And I was like, what have you been hiding in the garbage?
And I was like, my personal feminine products? I don't know. That's probably why I went into the fucking garbage.
We'll have to burn stuff, I guess.
so.
We're going to have to get on the burn train. How are you, Deadweight Nate? How's the pooches and the lovely wife of yours? We just been we had to do a bunch of stuff.
The coyote literally has strewn
basically
garbage all over
grabbed
the
a
yard.
garbage bag and went. We have a coyote named Limpy. I met him about 8 feet away the other night.
Oh yeah, that happened on the weekend.
Oh,
how did we fucking forget that story?
Yeah, that was Friday night. I think. Yeah. Okay. So, it was like 9:30 at night, maybe
even.
10 o'clock.
No,
not quite.
No, it was like closer to 9 or 8:30.
Yeah, it was mildly bright out. It's still pretty bright, if I'm being honest. And I went outside, I think, just to put some, a Coke bottle in the recycling.
And then you were about to take a piss outside.
And I was like, I'm outside. I like to pee outside. I'll just womp my doodle out and have a little pee. So I walked behind the house to like the trees, and there was this loud rustle in the bushes, and I thought it was the cat, Carl. And I was like, "Oh, Carl, is that Carl?" So I put myself away, and I walked around this tree like this, and I was like, "Oh, Carl," and it's the biggest fucking coyote I've ever seen. It looked like, have you ever seen the movie The Gray with Liam Neeson? Where he like smashes those bottles.
Tapes, broken beer bottles to his hands?
Yeah, but there's that one wolf that they did that looks like bigger and older and wiser and scarier than the rest.
The alpha?
The alpha. And Limpy was like I said to Krissy when I came in, she looked at it, brought up a picture, and I was like, that looks really small. That looks more like a dingo. And so then when I was telling the neighbor about it, he even said to me, he's pretty big, eh? I was like, thank God you said that. Because I couldn't, because basically I was like several feet away from him, and honest to God.
Yeah, our neighbor says he's pretty big and full of gray, hey?
Yeah, and I just went, hi, and I literally just walked backwards into the house, and I was like, so
yeah, he came in and I was like doing something, and he's like, and I could tell he was kind of like having one of those like you're kind of shitting your pants moments and you don't know where to start or what to say. He's like, I just saw Limpy, and I was like, oh.
He's got a limp, I guess, so when he runs, and we've seen him the one time, and we have seen a coyote like way in the back. But here's the thing. We've been feeding Carl for it's like got to be almost a year now. Mm-hmm. And he wouldn't let me. I got like this close to him. I got within like this far. And then he like looked at me like, if you get any closer, I will literally never come back. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Fine. Eat this hundreds of dollars worth of cat food.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We love you so much, Carl.
The coyote could very well have been getting fed off of Carl's scraps. But I felt like the way he was looking at me was more like, hey, do you have any food? I'm Limpy. Nice to meet you. It wasn't.
Hi, I'm Limpy.
It wasn't like he didn't look angry. He looked as surprised as I felt. And part of me feels like he would let me pet him before fucking Carl.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm not gonna pet the coyote, everybody. But
I'm watching the broody outside.
I don't like them throwing garbage everywhere. I will admit to that.
We got more bird seed
today.
Oh
yeah, we bought some more bird seed.
And I put it out for the birds, and they're eating the bird seed. And I like to just sit here and watch them eat the bird seed. There's a lot of cowbirds. We should find a video and sound of the cowbird so we can show Deadweight Nate what they look and sound like, because they make this cool sound.
Terrifying. Deadweight Nate, it wasn't great. I'll tell you that much. It's a little spooky. But honestly, I'm more upset that they ripped our fucking garbage apart. They haven't done it for so long. It's like terrorism. We have to give in to their demands for food, or they rip the garbage to pieces, and they force me to go to the dollar store so I can get the clamps. Get the clamps to pick up the garbage.
Chickadee, a little baby chickadee.
Cowbird sound. So, there's a lot of birds around us. Baltimore Orioles, American goldfinches, cowbirds, chickadees,
sparrows,
grackles,
purple martins,
swallows.
Oh my God,
seagulls, goose,
it's so funny.
duck.
Watching, so the grackles will attack ravens and crows by like kind of like flying on their back, because I guess like ravens and crows will try to eat the eggs in their nest. But it's so funny watching these grackles attack like these ravens.
Actually, I wonder if, because I did take a video of, remember?
Of the grackle?
When I was getting water, I filmed those birds attacking. I'll look for it. Maybe put it on Discord or something. Deadweight Nate, just to let you know, if you didn't see it in Discord, we actually made another Discord that's going to just be more our stuff if you want it. Like, when I say that, I mean, like all the gardening pictures and, you know, just stuff that we don't want to bombard the other one with. So if you're fine being in there, that's cool. If you want to hear more from us on Discord, it'll be at that link. Cowbird! Do you like cowbird coladas? Yeah, it's just gonna be... I feel bad spamming the other one constantly. So... yeah, it's just kind of... it's gonna be like... the example I used earlier was... in the regular one, I said we have to go to town today and we'll be streaming later. In the one that we just made called The Shed, because we live in the shed, I said, you know, our faucet started leaking, so we had to go buy a new faucet, and just a little more detail, you know?
It's such a weird sound.
Yeah, so we would be sitting in the yard, and it sounded like
an electronic
water droplets. And we're like, what the hell is making that sound? And we thought it could have been one of a dozen different types of birds. But it's this cowbird. It's such an amazing sound. And I'm not sure what happens when you get older, but eventually, maybe you get tired of always thinking about yourself, and you look around and go, holy crap, there's a lot of different kind of birds. They're pretty interesting. And yeah, it's also interesting, in my opinion, just to see the interaction of so many different kinds. Right? Because even we were just saying how we looked up, why do grackles attack ravens? Well, it's actually funny. The grackles attack the ravens because the ravens do to the grackles what the grackles do to the other birds.
Yeah.
So the ravens will eat the eggs and destroy the nests of the grackles. So the grackles chase off the ravens. Well, the grackles will eat the eggs of other bird species and leave their eggs in their nest for raising.
And then these cowbirds are a brood parasite, so they'll lay their eggs in other birds' nests.
Yeah.
And just kind of like hang out and make sure that their babies are being raised. But if like the other bird whose nest it is notices these eggs and like gets rid of it, these cowbirds will come in and like destroy their eggs or babies.
Yeah, so now we're like, do we feed the cowbirds?
I just say, you know, it's biodiversity. They all need to exist. None of them are any fucking worse than humans. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because if you take, say, the grackles out of the equation, well, then the ravens, nothing else chases off the ravens. So, you know, it's interesting. And ravens will eat dogs and cats.
Yeah.
So, or pick them up at least. Or like eagles. Some of the ravens here, I swear to God, they had a wingspan almost as long as me. It was, I said they flew over the house yesterday, and I went inside to Krissy, and I was like, do we have bald eagles? However,
I do think actually, though, there are bald eagles.
Yeah, I do think they come here. We've been seeing a lot of monarch butterflies,
Yeah.
which is really,
Unusual for the
yeah,
city.
it's really neat. Just a lot of stuff that we didn't ever got to
Yeah.
see in real life growing up in the city. Like, there's birds in the city, but it's
And
pigeons
rabbits.
and crows.
We, weirdly enough, see no rabbits out here. Saw
None.
lots of rabbits in the city.
Yeah, they thrive.
Yeah.
Saskatoon is the second most or the most populated place in the province we live, and in the wintertime, you can literally watch them running around through back alleys like little
Remember?
dogs.
Like, maximum 2 years ago, there was that school in Saskatchewan and a moose broke through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like it was a
Oh,
glass
it was a
wall.
glass wall in a kindergarten.
Yeah.
And a moose ran right through it. Like, do you get more Canadian than that? I don't even really know there, but to be honest,
Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan.
you just gotta send her.
What's up in Canada, eh?
Then there was also that incident with that black bear that was in the city. That was more sad though, because
Yeah.
the police ended up killing it. But
Oh, my stomach gurgles
You guys
so
silly?
hard.
I'm still gonna send it.
Are you silly? Okay, I think we gotta call it. My stomach growled so hard. I gotta install a new faucet in the sink. And Krissy's gotta pick up a bunch of garbage. No, we gotta pick up a bunch of garbage. That set off the limiter on the mic. So Nate, deadweight Nate, just like they say on a Canadian classic show. I'm crashing your head.
crashing.
Crashing your head, yuppie.
I crash. We are probably going to take off for the rest of the day. Do our thingamajig. Pick up some stuff with these. It's wonderful for anyone who could make it out and hang out. Everyone who has come and gone. Thank you for coming in, Nate. And everybody else. We will see you tomorrow unless something changes that. Like
Or it's
elf
laid out.
or Meeses.
Yeah.
Meese smashing through the door.
Hopefully
Just a
that
pile
doesn't
of
happen.
pile of Meese.
Really hopes it not.
Have yourself